How many have logged?
We have around 170 registrations today.
Just see in a minute, sir, how many have
So as soon as you start, then people will start. It's fine, right? Send. Should I start it or should I wait for you? I will go there so that it's seamless.
So where should we see?
You have to see at the laptop screen now.
Okay.
So this is the camera.
Okay.
Start. Quiet.
Shall we have ice cream? Is that okay?
This one, I can't see you. Yeah. Full screen. Good.
Yeah.
Have any viewers? I don't see any logged in. Hello everyone. I don't know whether to wish you a good morning or good evening. We're very pleased to join you in this Google Hangout. Just give us a few minutes until some more of you are able to join and stay with us. We'll begin in just a couple of minutes. Thank you.
Once again, a very warm welcome to everyone. I'm Vani Rao. I'm Joint Secretary in the Ministry of External Affairs, spearheading the diaspora engagement programs in the ministry. We're very pleased that you could take the time out to join us today in the Google Hangout. I have with me a senior official in the Ministry of External Affairs, Secretary dealing with overseas Indian affairs and consular passport visa matters, Shri Dnyaneshwar Mulay. We're very pleased to have with you here, sir.
Thank you.
I also have with me the entire team which is helping us organize the Google Hangout. We will be going through two different presentations today. One will be about the Pravasi Bhartiya Divas convention that we are organizing, followed by a presentation about India Development Foundation of overseas Indians. At the end of these two presentations, we will be very happy to answer any questions that you may have or give you any additional information that you want. First of all, I would like to again introduce our secretary who is with us here. He is a career diplomat who has a very distinguished career. He has done stints in the ministry in New Delhi, the Ministry of Finance, and he was also in the Indian High Commission in Maldives. His last stint was as the Consul General of India in New York. So I'm very happy to welcome again Secretary Overseas Indian Affairs, Mr. Mulay, and I request you to kindly share his thoughts with you on both the Pravasi Bhartiya Divas Convention and India Development Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you, Vani. Namaste, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whatever you are. I don't know what's the time at your local place, but I wish very happy Diwali. We are today at Yaduj. I'm sure you have been celebrating the Festival of Lights in the last few days. As you know, friends, Government of India and people of India, through various programs, are trying to connect with the Indian diaspora all over the world. Our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, our Honorable External Affairs Minister, Srimati Sushma Swaraj, they have interacted with the diaspora in all the countries that they have visited in the last few years. This has become, for us, an important part of our external affairs, of the foreign policy, to engage our our diaspora in, globally. As you are aware, this is the second largest diaspora after the Chinese. We are about 30 million strong, and perhaps in every country we have Indians residing, in various parts of the world. So today we are going to focus, friends, on two important activities of the Ministry of External Affairs vis-à-vis the diaspora. The first one is the Pravasi Bhartiya Divas. Pravasi Bhartiya Divas is a platform basically to connect the Indians, overseas Indians to Indians and with India to its programs, both at policy level as well as implementation level. It also provides a unique opportunity to meet and greet and also connect with friends all over the world. The important aspect of this is the first day is devoted to youth. It's called Youth Pravasi Divas, 7 to 9th of January. 3 days it will be held. The first day to the Youth Pravasi Divas. Second day, Honorable Prime Minister inaugurates the formal session of 2 days. And on the third day, we have a valedictory session, which is chaired by none other than the Honorable President of India. So this is an important occasion, and we are expecting about 3 to 4,000 overseas Indians and a few thousand resident Indians here in India. The location is Bangalore, and I want that all of you come and attend this in big number. The registration has already begun, and there's a special portal where you can register, and you can, of course, subsequently we will be sharing you with the presentation a little later. We also know that the overseas Indian community is very generous. Not only generous, it is very keen to connect with India. So with a great thought and deliberation, Government of India has created a new platform which is called India Development Foundation for Overseas Indians. This particular foundation provides you a platform to connect with India for doing philanthropic work, be it joining the Swachh Bharat Mission or Clean Ganga project or other project developmental nature in various parts of India. We have already collected a large number of projects, and these have been displayed on our website. But we'll be very happy to reply to your queries or clarifications that you wish to have from us on this. This is an extremely transparent, efficient, and outcome-oriented activity of the Government of India. IDF OI invites you all to join in philanthropic work and through that in India's developmental projects. Thank you very much. I hand over the floor again to Vani and this particular handout forward.
Thank you, sir. We are gearing up to show you a very small presentation about Pravasi Bhartiya Divas. Just give us a few minutes until we get the presentation to share with you. Stay with us, and we are just trying to get the slides to be displayed to you. It will take a few seconds. Thank you. Thank you for staying with us. So we are back with you with a presentation about Pravasi Bhartiya Divas. 14th Pravasi Bhartiya Divas convention from 7th to 9th January in Bengaluru, capital of Karnataka, which is in South India. And the theme for the Pravasi Bhartiya Divas this year is very apt. It is called Redefining Engagement with the Indian Diaspora. So the venue is one of the best convention centers in India, the Bengaluru International Exhibition Center, and it is located on the suburbs of Bangalore. Bangalore Airport is well connected to the venue. Friends, we have already started a new website for the Pravasi Bhartiya Divas. All information about the program, registration, the confirmed speakers is already out. You can log in and see. And it's an easy registration process both for individuals and groups. So we invite you to visit the website as soon as you can and get all the information that you're looking for. We have invited the Indian associations abroad. We've written several mailers to them, prominent NRIs and PIOs and others. We've also approached professional Indian organizations. And I'm happy to share that the Indian embassies and consulates abroad are also in touch with you to invite you to the Pravasi Bhartiya Divas. Friends, this is just a glimpse of the venue for Pravasi Bhartiya Divas in Bangalore. It's a very well-appointed convention center with all facilities for seminars. Everything related to Pravasi Bhartiya Divas will take place at this venue. The event starts on 7th January, as Secretary Mulay said. It kicks off with the Youth Pravasi Bhartiya Divas. This is a flagship event for engagement of the government with young overseas by our Minister of External Affairs, Ms. Sushma Swaraj, along with the Chief Minister of Karnataka. We will be joined by the Minister for Youth Affairs and Sports as well. And keeping in mind that the participants in this Youth Pravasi Divas will be very young, the registration fees for our young delegates are also much lower than what the other delegates would be paying. The program for this day has two very important sessions on startups and innovations, because this is something that is picking up in India, and I think this would be of interest to our young overseas Indians. We face the startup ecosystem in Karnataka. And the session also includes a discussion on the issues that Indian students abroad are facing, and also the issues faced by NRI students in India. And the day ends with a cultural program and dinner at the venue itself for all delegates. The next day, 8th January, this is the formal inauguration of Pravasi Bhartiya Divas Convention, and the highlight will be a keynote address by Prime Minister Mr. Modi. It will be followed by chief ministers of some states addressing the delegates. They will share with you the vision for the development of the state. They will invite you to also participate in the investment and business opportunities in that state. Will spare time to interact with you and also with members of the Indian business community who are attending the Pravasi Divas. And similarly, the program that day ends with a cultural evening and a dinner hosted by the Minister of External Affairs. Friends, on 9th January, the highlight of the day is a special session again to showcase Karnataka, about the innovation and investment potential in Karnataka. And the President, Shri Mukherjee, will give away the Pravasi Bhartiya Samman Awards to overseas Indians who have made contributions in various fields. And the Pravasi Bhartiya Divas concludes that evening. Some of the highlights of the Pravasi Bhartiya Divas, I will go through them shortly. This is a glimpse of the convention hall in Bengaluru, where you will have most of the sessions, including that with the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister. Friends, we have taken special care to include in the Pravasi Bharti Divas topics which are of relevance and of interest to the diaspora. We have listed them out here. As you can see, it is an eclectic mix of both problems that are faced by the diaspora and also opportunities in India, maybe tourism, healthcare, innovation, and R&D, where you can engage and give back to the country. And the other highlight of Pravasi Bharti Divas will be an exhibition from 7 to 9 January. And for the first time, the exhibition will be in 5 zones, and each zone will display one particular topic. Firstly, we will be showcasing the flagship programs of the government. You would have heard of Digital India, Swachh Bharat, Namami Gange, Startup India, and so on. You will also get to visit various pavilions of different states to know about the business and investment opportunities. There is a very vibrant handicraft and culture mela where you can both see the master craftsmen at work and have some of these wonderful handicrafts back home with you. We are showcasing for the first time the schemes and programs for NRIs and PIOs that are offered by various organizations in the government. And lastly, you will also get to see the pavilions of some of the leading corporate sector companies in India and also public sector undertakings. This is a glimpse of the exhibition hall in the Pravasi Bharti Divas. Friends, this Pravasi Bharti Divas has some new elements. It will be unlike the Pravasi Bharti Divas conventions that have been held in the past. And all the changes that have been made are to make it more interactive with the delegates, to bring more substance to the event. So firstly, we will have only plenary sessions. There will be no concurrent session, which means that one session will be followed by another. And as I said, we are looking for interactive elements this time. In every session, we are keeping the presentations to only 15 minutes, which will be followed by about half an hour of question and answer with the delegates. It gives you an excellent opportunity to share your recommendations, feedback, and suggestions with the government on the issues that are discussed. And also, for the first time, the government of Karnataka is offering to the delegates optional visits to showcase their industry on 7th and 10th January. They have drawn up 4 different. You can look up the details on the PBD portal and sign in for them. Similarly, we are offering you an opportunity to set up meetings with other exhibitors, delegates, and companies who are participating in Pravasi Bharti Divas, and also amongst the delegates themselves. Lastly, those who visit Karnataka will have an opportunity to do some local tour, sightseeing tours, which are being organized especially by the Karnataka Tourism Department. So you mustn't miss that wonderful opportunity because Karnataka has much to offer. And we have negotiated special rates in hotel rooms in Bengaluru So for those of you who are registered delegates in Pravasi Bhartiya Divas through our portal, you will have access to these special rates offered by the hotels. Friends, it is a very simple process of registration. You get onto the website and you fill in a form, make the payment online, and finish the registration. Time for registration online is 7th December, but please don't wait till 7th December. We want you to finish your registration quickly. And that also gives you access to other delegates so that you can meet them, and also the special rates in the hotels. And we have announced special registration fees for group registrations. More than 10 persons, you get a discounted registration fee, and the percentage of discount keeps increasing as the number of persons in the group increases. And we have offered also special fees for members of GoPio and of course for young overseas Indians. Delegate fees, you not only have access to the sessions in the Pravasi Bhartiya Divas, but you can also avail the lunch and dinner and the cultural venues, cultural programs at the venue. And the Karnataka government is making it easier commute between the hotels and the venue. They are going to make available shuttle transportation from certain nodal points in the city to the venue and back. Friends, we are just running through the registration fees that is currently already on the website. If for those of you who are between 18 to 35 years, I've given these registration fees here. You can choose whether you want to attend just for 1 day or 2 days or for 3 days, and accordingly fees will be adjusted. And if you are above 35 years, then your registration fees are slightly higher. And similarly, you can pick the PBD on either 1 day, 2 day, or 3 days. Group registration fees, as I said, it starts with a minimum of 10 members in the group. And I don't want to repeat the numbers here, but it is there for you to see. The group, the bigger the discount you get. So I encourage all of you to register not as individuals but as members of the group so that you can get the best possible fees that you can. So I'll end the presentation about Pravasi Bhartiya Divas here. You can visit our website again, india.gov.in. You can also write to us. We have set up a special secretariat for the Pravasi Bhartiya Divas, and we do all we can to reply to your mails the same day. So I'll end the presentation here, and I think some of you were not able to log in or hear the remarks of my colleague, Senior Officer Mr. Mulay, Secretary of Overseas Indian Affairs and Consular Passport Visa Division, who has joined us specially here. I will request him to share his thoughts with you. And again, a small introduction. Is a diplomat who has more than 30 years of service in the Foreign Service. He has done his postings in Maldives and was recently the Consul General of India in New York, where many of you may have met him and known him. So I request Mulay to kindly address you again because some of you were not able to have the audio when he spoke. Thank you.
Thank you, Vani. And namaskar once again. It's a pleasure and privilege for me to this occasion. Today we are here together to share information about two major events or two major schemes that we have in the Ministry of External Affairs to interact and connect with the Indian diaspora worldwide. The first one, on which our colleague Vani has now made the presentation, is the Pravasi Bhartiya Divas, which is going to be held in Bengaluru from January 7 to 9. And there's a special day, the first day is reserved for the youth Pravasi Bhartiya Divas. And I'm sure many of you have heard about this event in the past, but please access the details and do come in big numbers. There's a special discount for youth, there's a special discount also for group participation in the event. This is one and only event that now comes once in 2 years. And this year you will see that the whole structure of the Pravasi Bhartiya Divas is magnificent. You will be able to actually have a lot of takeaways from this particular Pravasi Bhartiya Divas because the discussions that are going to be held are very relevant to all the members of diaspora, be it students, be it PIOs, be it people in various countries who are involved in innovation, education, or other aspects of social, cultural, economic life. So that was PPD, and also I wanted to share some thoughts about the India Development Foundation Overseas Indians. As you know, Indians are very generous and they're keen to participate in philanthropic work in India. People want schools, they want to donate to hospitals, they also want to join the Prime Minister's program for Clean Ganga as well as Swachh Bharat. So we have created this avenue, a channel, IDFOI, through which you can seamlessly participate in India's development programs. So we already have a bouquet of 100 projects which have been put on our website. You can choose them, or if you are creative and want to have your own project, please suggest one and we will follow it. This is a 100% transparent, a very efficient and outcome-oriented scheme of the Government of India that assists the philanthropic activities of our Indian diaspora worldwide. So thank you very much, and we'll be very happy to reply to any of your questions, queries. I'll again pass on the mic and floor to Vani to take this particular hangout forward. Thank you.
Thank you everyone. We will now have a very quick presentation about the second issue on which we want to inform you, which is the India Development Foundation of Overseas Indians. Give us a few seconds, please, so that we can connect the PowerPoint. There is India Development Foundation of Overseas Indians. I'm sure you heard of it. It is a not-for-profit trust which was set up by the government in 2008. They are based in Delhi, and we are reporting directly to our Minister of External Affairs, Mrs. Sushma Swaraj, who is the chairperson. Our focus at the moment are philanthropy by overseas Indians to projects in India, and the sectors we are focusing on are there in the slide: education, sanitation, healthcare, women's livelihood, and other areas. The mandate of IDF, as I briefly described to you, we are focusing now on the flagship programs of the Government of India. We are offering these to overseas Indians for funding, and within that, our special focus is on Swachh Bharat Mission and the National Mission for Clean Ganga. And friends, you also recognize that as overseas Indians, you have an emotional connect with the state that you came from. So we are also offering to you a large pool of projects in various states in India that you can select and fund. One of the unique aspects of our functioning is that we do not fund NGOs. We are directly giving funds to government organizations and they implement our projects. And the other USP that I want to highlight is that we are accountable to every donor and strive to give regular feedback and reports to our contributors about how the funds are being utilized and how the projects you have selected are being implemented. I will just run through a small
Flow chart of
chart, kind of a flow chart, which gives you an idea of how we work.
how we work.
The three sectors that I described to you, Swachh Bharat Mission, Namami Ganga, and the state governments, we have requested each of them to give us projects. Once they give us the projects, we evaluate them to see if these are complete, if these are practical, if these contain all the components that we are looking for, including the timelines, the cost, operation and maintenance elements, etc. If it is approved by IDFOI, we offer it to the overseas Indians for funding and include it on our website so that all of you can see it. Then, as an overseas Indian, you look at the vast array of projects that we have. You select one that appeals to you, either in your state or you can give to a cause that appeals to you. For example, Swachh Bharat or women's empowerment. Once you select a project, you send the funds to the IDFOI bank account. We sign an agreement with the implementing agency so that they are accountable to us for timely implementation. And after that, the funds are transferred in a time-bound manner in installments to the implementing agency. Once the project is completed, the agency gives us an implementation report. And while the project is being implemented, we also give feedback and reports to the donors. And once the project is completed, the entire project-related information is also put on the IDF website for other potential donors so that they can see how we utilize funds and they can also get assured about our reporting mechanisms. We recognize that being accountable to our donors is very, very important. Reporting and quarterly feedback to our donors and contributors is an important aspect of our work. We give regular reports to the donors, quarterly or more frequent, in fact, at the moment. We send you not just a small report about what is happening at the project site, we also send you photographs, and at the end of it, you also get to visit the actual project site. See was created with your funds. The progress reports of these projects will also be available on the IDF portal so that they can be seen by all overseas Indians, not just the donors. Friends, as I said, we are implementing some projects under Swachh Bharat Mission, and we are sharing with you images of some of the community toilets that we have already built recently from overseas Indians. And you can see on these pictures that we have given acknowledgement to the donor. We say to all our implementing agencies that the asset created should have the name of the donor. It will also carry the logo of IDFOI. The projects that we currently have are given here. You can just catch a glimpse of these. Website for details. Swachh Bharat Mission is a priority, and here we have more than 57 projects in various states of India. And under the Swachh Bharat Mission, we are focusing on asset creation, and that is particularly through community toilets and public toilets in various areas, and also focusing on reconstruction and renovation of defunct toilets. Solid waste management is also one of the areas that we want to support through Swachh Bharat Mission funding. The second large group of projects that we have is in the National Mission of Clean Ganga. Friends, this is a work in progress. We have asked the Clean Ganga Mission to give us projects for funding. At the moment, we do not have any. So if you give any funds for the Clean Ganga mission, they will go directly to the Clean Ganga Fund. Project available under this framework. In addition to these three, we have projects under sectors pertaining to education, a lot of school infrastructure related projects that are available. Healthcare is a cause you can support, and women's empowerment and promotion of sustainable livelihood in India. Friends, we've done a lot of work with the state governments in India, and we are happy to share with you that more than 15 states have given us projects. We've just listed out these states here. So we would urge you to look at these projects and choose from the available projects with IDFOI and let us know which ones you want to support. Friends, just a glimpse of some of our contributors to IDFOI. We will start with one NRI who is based in UAE. Is funds for Swachh Bharat mission, and we are just giving you a small quote that he has shared with us. With his funding, we have already implemented community toilet construction in Vijayawada and Tirupati in Andhra Pradesh, and we are constructing more units in Amritsar and also in Sikkim. Another donor for IDFOI, Mr. Ramakant Agarwal, who is based in Hong Kong, and he has supported us for the Namami Gange mission. Friends, you can choose to contribute either as an individual or a group of you can choose to contribute to IDFOI. That is something that is perfectly workable with us. And go back to the previous picture. A group of NRIs from and they have given their funds to Swachh Bharat mission. So we would urge you also to form similar groups and choose something that appeals to you. Friends, another of our contributors who is based in Oman, he has recently supported us also, and this is just a small quote from him. We have some friends of NRI also in the UK. Recently, we have unveiled an online payment gateway. Register in the IDFOI website. You can use the payment gateway and you can transfer funds through the payment gateway using your credit card or debit card. And I'm happy to see that the payment gateway is becoming more and more popular. And using the payment gateway, you can also support us by giving monthly contributions to IDFOI. You can choose a minimum of $100 or upwards and let us know which sector you want to support. If you do not know which sector you want to support, then we can also make that decision for you through the IDFOI. Friends, one of the most inspiring incidents recently of an overseas Indian, as you can see, a 10-year-old boy who is based in Dubai. He won a scholarship award from his school, and he chose to give part of his scholarship award to the IDFOI for Swachh Bharat mission. So we think it is a very inspiring young NRI, and we call upon you to also similarly open your hearts and give back to your country and choose the sectors that you want to support. Friends, some of the ongoing projects that we want to share with you. This is one of the first projects that we have completed this year. It is in Andhra Pradesh, a community toilet in the town of Vijayawada, and it was completed in a span of 3 months since we signed the agreement with the implementation agency. You can see the IDF logo. The second project is in the temple town of Tirupati, completed within less than 3 months. And this will be of immense benefit not only to the tourists but also to the locals who frequent that area. Friends, upcoming projects, we have two that are under construction. Currently in Amritsar, there is a community toilet under construction in a garden which is very close to the Golden Temple. And construction is ongoing, as you can see from the pictures. Friends, in Northeast India, Sikkim, as you know, is a very picturesque state, committed to cleanliness, and they have asked us for support to build a community sanitary complex, and they have just started construction of this project recently because the monsoons have just ended. So this is a work in progress, and we'll keep updating you about how the construction moves from now. So we'll end with a couple of slides on how you can contribute to IDF OI. There are two options, as I said. You can use the regular banking channels and send us a bank draft or a check or a transfer of funds through the bank. A more easier option is to use our online payment gateway. So you log on to the IDF website, you choose the sector or the project that you want to contribute, and you fill in the registration details, and you can choose to use your credit card or debit card or even your remittances from the NRO, NRE accounts. And the payment will reach us, and the rest of our accountability and reporting mechanisms are the same as we described to you earlier. Friends, if you choose to use regular banking channels for bank transfers, our account details are mentioned here to answer any queries that you may have on this subject as well. So we will end here with some details of our website, email IDs, and you can connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. With us, we are very keen to hear what you think, not just about the Pravasi Bhartiya Divas, but also about the India Development Foundation. There is no particular order for answering the questions. We will take them as they come. We already have a lot of comments and questions from some of you who have logged in. So we will take them one by one. Thank you, and stay with us. So we have to read the question.
Okay. Saurabh Chaudhary wants to know. He says we have fourth, fifth generation Indians here from islands like Guadeloupe who do not have OCI cards, even though they perform all our festivals and often bear Indian last names. So thank you, Saurabh. This is actually not a hangout for discussing OCI matters, but I do take your point, and we will check with our nearest mission as to how we can extend this particular facility to the people of Indian origin in Guadeloupe. They must pay the visa fees along with flight charges, hotel and registration fees. How is the idea of exempting the visa charges for people without the OCI card to motivate them to come and join? Would you like to reply to this? Okay, we will take note of this and we'll try to answer this separately. Next is Rick Banerjee. Wants to know what would be the best way to share some ideas to make some suggestions regarding LSP and linguistic for documentation. This again not been very clear as to what is the relevance to the two topics that we discussed. But please do let us know. I will give you email on which you can forward any queries. Please note down SECYOIA. I repeat, SECYOIA at the rate of mea.gov.in. I hope you are able to note the email. Also be typing it out.
We have a question from Ambarish Nath Tiwari, who has asked us whether Uttar Pradesh has offered any projects for funding. Ambarish, unfortunately, we do not have any projects from Uttar Pradesh. We have asked them and we have not received any so far. But if you are very keen, you can let us know if you have any particular sector in mind and if you have any particular amount in mind. And then we can go back to the Uttar Pradesh government and look for a project that matches your interest.
Next question is from Mata Prasad Pathak. Mata Prasad wants to know if I understand it is a repetitive program at different places. Is it going to be repeated in other cities of India, particularly in Prime Minister's constituency, Varanasi? Please revert. Mata Prasad, currently we do not have Varanasi on our calendar. In future, because every 2 years we'll be having this event in some place in India. Visharad Manjit says, for youths, volunteer, social works, etc., I would suggest if the Indian missions in the respective countries assist and secure local sponsorship to attend PBD. However, this is a very interesting suggestion, Visharad Manjit. I actually would like you to visit our nearest embassy or consulate to seek the guidance, because we have already requested all our ambassadors and consul generals to engage the diaspora, particularly the students and youth, in good numbers for the PBD, and also connect with activities like IDF OI.
Diana Ramasamy, I'm glad to connect with you through Google Hangout. This is Vani Rao. I've been in touch with you as well. You have also raised the question about OCI cards in Martinique issues. Well, this is an issue that not just people in Martinique and Guadeloupe are facing, but other parts of the world where we have fourth and fifth generation Indians. We are looking at ways in which we can address this, and we are working very closely with the Ministry of Home Affairs. And we will get back to you in case we find a resolution that is satisfactory. Jacqueline, you have asked who is living in Israel. We have discussed this recently in the PBD conference as well. I think you should also meet the Indian ambassador in Israel and highlight this issue once again, and we'll be happy to take it forward. We are already in discussion with the Ministry of Home Affairs in India on this, and we take your concern on board.
Hina Shah wants students who are overseas may not be able to contribute financially, but otherwise for the development of India. How can we do so? Well, Hina, how often do you come to India? I'm not sure. But you can certainly, get connected with corporate bodies, with the various ministries. We have opened up avenues like internships in the ministries, to take interest from overseas Indians. You can also try and see if you can connect yourself with some NGOs in India who are, some of them are doing outstanding work, particularly health, education, women's empowerment, things like Swachh Bharat and Clean Ganga missions. I would say a number of avenues, maybe not directly through IDFOI, but through other means and instruments. Hina also wants to know that she's extremely keen on coming back to India and directly contributing to the country. However, there is no point waiting for that. Certain. But while I am here, I would like to begin my contribution. Hina, as you know, India is a democracy and a very open, liberal country. Please try and get in touch with various ministries, various organizations based in different states, and try to, first create some useful connections so that when you are here, actually, your preparatory work is done and you can, start contributing in an area that you wish to do.
Shri is with Seva International is asking us whether we can identify specific projects under the Clean Ganga mission that can be supported. Well, Minal, I mentioned this briefly in our presentation. We are working closely with the Clean Ganga mission. At the moment, they do not have any small projects that you can support. All their projects are very massive. They involve funding of hundreds or thousands of crores. Therefore, in spite of follow-up that we had with them, we do not have projects under the Clean Ganga mission that you can support. So if you choose to give funding to the Clean Ganga Fund, it will go directly to the Clean Ganga Fund from IDFOI. It will not be specific to a project. Sushil Sara, glad to connect with you again. Yes, resident Indians can attend Pravasi Bhartiya Divas 2017. To NRIs and PIOs globally, NRIs and PIOs who are living in India, and also to resident Indians. So we look forward to having delegates who are based in India as well. Devdas Swami, you said you tried to pay for IDFOI from your bank account in Thailand, but the 3 gateways do not have this facility. Devdas Swami, if you write to us in detail about the technical difficulties you faced, we will be able to guide you offline. Saurabh Chaudhary, you have asked us, you have said that there is a PBD in January, in March, 2.5 months apart. Can we have such events closer in the next year? Well, that's an excellent suggestion. Saurabh, our event Pravasi Bhartiya Divas is always celebrated on the same dates every year. And perhaps you know, 9th January marks the day on which Mahatma Gandhi returned to India as a Pravasi. So our dates are finalized much in advance. We cannot change this date because it commemorates the return of Gandhiji as an overseas Indian. It is up to the state governments. It would be very nice to coordinate with them, but it is for the state governments to decide what they want to do. Devdas Swami, again, your payment gateway issues, please connect with us offline and we'll be happy to guide you.
Please type your email ID let's see what OIA operator. Yeah, I hope.
Not get very clear audio. I just want to tell you that you can also see the event live on Facebook, Pravasi Bhartiya Divas 2017. I am told by my colleagues here that the audio and video are both very good on the Facebook page of Pravasi Bhartiya Divas 2017. Uh, Rit Banerjee, sorry. What would be the best way to share some ideas or make suggestions regarding LSP and linguistic optimization for documentation? Uh, Rit, I'm not very sure what you are asking, so please send your thoughts and your concerns offline at the email ID that we shared with you. To look into that and send you a reply.
It's Visharad again, it seems. Thanks, HC in Suva is very active. Also, I encourage the PPT team to look into films made by PIO filmmakers. Okay, that's an interesting suggestion. Particularly in US and elsewhere, who are putting together such films produced by a PIO community. But we will try and see what we can do to sort of collect all these films in one place and form an archives. Thank you. Yeah, let's go. No question.
Devdas Swami Tamil Association is willing to contribute to projects in Tamil Nadu, but Tamil Nadu is absent from IDFY. You are correct. At the moment, we do not have any projects in Tamil Nadu, and we will do our best to offer you in future. For the moment, you can see other projects that are available and see if you can support us. Have we phased out the mini PBDs? Not, not really. We are focusing at the moment on the Pravasi Bhartiya Divas, which is coming up in January 2017. After that, we are hoping to undertake some outreach visits and organize what you call mini PBDs outside India. And whenever that is decided, we will be sharing with you. And hope to see you there. Okay, friends, if we have no further questions, we can log out. But before that, we are sharing the presentation with all of you by email, and my team has confirmed that they have either sent it to you already or it would be coming to you soon. Uh, Before we log out, we would like to show a message, a special message from the Minister of External Affairs, Raj, who is the chairperson of India Development Foundation of Overseas Indians, and she is connecting directly with all of you and speaking about IDFOI. So please stay with us and see the film. Thank you.
विदेशों में बसे हुए भारतीय ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म है जहाँ विदेशों में बसे हुए भारतीय भारत के विकास के लिए अपनी ओर से पैसा भेज सकते हैं। पर मैं आरंभ में ये बताना चाहूंगी कि पैसा दान नहीं है, जुड़ने अपने मिट्टी का कर्ज चुकाने का एक जरिया है। ये अपने देश के प्रति भावनात्मक लगाव का प्रदर्शन है। मैंने लोगों को ये कहते सुना था कि एक भारतवासी को भारत के बाहर ले जाया जा सकता है और उसके दिल से भारत को निकाला नहीं जा सकता। अपनी विदेश यात्राओं के दौरान लोग ये पूछते थे कुछ करना चाहते हैं और कैसे करें।